Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nancy and it's been a while since I actually sat down to film something. I know I've been uploading lots of vlogs and stuff like that and hauls, but I haven't actually sat down to just like have a chit chat. I'm planning on filming a favorites video later, but first I want to film my experience video for my LASEK. Not my LASIK, but my LASEK experience I did in Korea, and I did this back in February, and I'm filming this in June, the end of June. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about recovery and the process and who, what, when, where, why, all that fun stuff. So I'm filming this video today because I know there was a couple of people asking me on Twitter and stuff like that about my LASIK experience. So obviously this is about my own experience. This is not a medical advice video, and this is like just an insight on how LASIK in Korea is like. Obviously I don't have any footage of me like getting the eye surgery done. This was paid with my own money. Obviously I'm not sponsored in any way, shape, or form, so again, everything is my own opinion. And yeah, so let's just get on into the video. So I'm gonna start off with the who, what, when, where, and why. Obviously I got it done in Seoul, South Korea. This was done back in February, so February 15th to be exact. I did it right after Valentine's Day. Kelsey and I flew to Seoul and arrived on the 14th, which was Valentine's Day, and we just like slept. We were exhausted from flying and traveling and stuff like that. Transit usually takes a lot out of a person, so we just rested. So the place I chose to do my LASIK eye surgery was called Dream Eye Center in Gangnam. It is in the Gangnam-gu area, and I believe like their office is like on like the higher level floors of this medical building. It's right outside of the station in Gangnam. If I can remember which exit, I will like list it right here. But yeah, I chose that one because I know Alice got her LASIK done there, and it's super reputable. I did my own research, but again, if you are curious about different like medical clinics and stuff like that, I highly recommend that you do your own research, obviously. But I also watch other videos of other people's experience on YouTube as well. So on the 15th, which is the day I did do my consultation and my surgery, I decided with the team and the doctor that I was gonna get LASIK. LASEK versus LASIK, because LASIK is where they cut like a flap on your cornea and then they do the lasering, whereas LASEK is where they actually laser off the top little layer and then they will use a laser to correct your vision. So there is a difference between that, and there was many different kinds of laser eye surgery offered at this place. Again, I already did my research beforehand, and because I wanted less chance of dry eyes, and I also wanted something that would be good for my astigmatism as well, I chose to do LASIK. I know with LASIK, L-A-S-I-K, you can get dry eyes after. I know a lot of people where they get it done in North America, especially in drier places like where I live, you can tend to have dry eyes after, especially with the LASIK, just because you are cutting a flap of your cornea and then you are basically putting it back down. So because your cornea has to heal where that big flap is, whereas with LASIK you just have to have that top layer of your cornea healing. Why did I choose to do LASIK eye surgery in Korea? First of all, I wanted to do LASIK for a really long time now. I started wearing glasses since the 6th grade, so it's been how many years? So I'm 24 now, and that means, I'm trying to do math, 13 or 14 years, or 12 to 14 years of wearing glasses and contacts. And because I only liked wearing glasses at home or like working on night shifts and stuff like that, I mainly wore contacts, and contacts dried out my eyes a lot. And I really do like the look of color contacts, but again, wearing color contacts all the time is not that good for your eyes, and I was just tired of having to worry about wearing contacts when I wore sunglasses and stuff like that. And the reason why I chose to do it in Seoul instead of doing it in North America was because of the price, and also how reliable it was, and also because I was planning to go to Korea anyways. So like for 2 reasons. I wanted to go because I was gonna end up going to Caroline anyways, but then I ended up extending my trip anyways. But my main priority was getting the laser eye surgery. Before I get into everything, how much did it cost? So I have it written down here. It costed me with my consultation, so I had my consultation in the morning. If I could find the time, let me see. My appointment time was 10 a.m. so I did my consultation and stuff like that. The consultation and everything took a while. I believe I was like 5 minutes late for the consultation, so I kind of got bumped back. So the consultation, including with all the eye checks and stuff, took like 2 hours or something like that. So what they did was you sat down, you talked to them, like what are you interested in kind of. They did an eye check, they figure out your prescription, what it is. They do making sure like your eye health is okay. Obviously you have to have good enough eye health and you have to be eligible to get the surgery. So I could have been uneligible and then I could have just went to Korea and then been like, oh, I came all the way here for nothing. But yeah, thankfully my eye health was good. Anyways, the cost of it was $2,000 around their USD, or for me, my exact cost was $2,124 in Canadian. And then if it's in Korean won, because they obviously charge you in Korean won, it was 1.75 million Korean won. So you guys can convert that into your own currency and stuff like that. But again, it is much cheaper than if I were to do it in Canada, especially for my eyes and my prescription and stuff like that. Mind you, I do have like midway like badish kind of vision, and I had astigmatism as well. Not like astigmatism makes it any worse, but if you do have difficult astigmatism, it can drive up the price, I believe, or something like that. So with all the testing and everything, obviously they figure out your prescription, and my pre-op vision was, my right eye was 4.75 and then this was 5.25, around there. And what they actually do after your surgery is they actually give you this. So it has all the information and everything, a summary and stuff like that. So I actually remember everything because it's in here. So with a pre-op, they do lots of testing again. They'll like do an actual eye exam, and then they will test obviously like your cornea thickness and to see your level of astigmatism. So there's only a certain amount of people who are uneligible for LASIK eye surgery in general. It's those people who has really wonky astigmatism. So if I could find a picture, I'll put it up here on the screen somewhere. So if your astigmatism is that bad, then most likely you're not a candidate for any type of laser eye surgery, or only certain types of laser eye surgery. So I highly recommend that if you are planning to do laser eye surgery at all in any other country, I would personally, if you can, don't be like me and just wing it and just go to another country and like figure out if you can or cannot do it. I would actually go to an optometrist in your country, not optometrist, like an actual laser eye doctor in your own country, and just get a consultation. Usually the consultations are free. I'm not too sure about other countries, but I know in Canada a lot of the consultations are free. So I would actually see if in your own country if you're actually eligible, because if you aren't even eligible in your own country before you go to another country, most likely you're not going to be eligible in the other country too. So that's why I would recommend. Obviously if you have super dry eyes, they might not recommend you getting certain types of laser eye surgery too, because my eye like moisture level was decent. The doctor had decided to get this type of laser eye surgery. It's called standard 0 LASIK. Obviously they have different types of LASIK as well, but because of my astigmatism and my level of vision, they recommended that I do standard 0 LASIK. But anyways, they were very thorough with their testing. And for language wise, I know a lot of people probably like questioning about that. Thankfully I was very lucky. I think a lot of like places in Korea, if they're very reputable and well-known internationally, the staff there will actually speak English, and a lot of the staff do speak English pretty fluently. Everything that was spoken to me in English and explained to me, all the medical terms and everything, all the procedures and stuff were described to me in English, so there was no problem with communication or language barriers at all. The girls who were helping me do my eye exams and one of the men who were helping me do my eye exams, they all spoke English, and I had no problem understanding them. So if you guys are worried about that, obviously gotta let that out there. I know a lot of people do laser eye surgery in other Asian countries as well. I'm not too sure about that, but I'm only speaking about my experience in Seoul at this specific clinic, okay? After all these testing and stuff like that, they told me my surgery was at 5 p.m. so I had to be back around 4:30 to prepare. So I went around the Gangnam area with Kelsey, and we just went to the cafe. You probably saw it in my vlog, which I will link up here, and stuff like that. In this vlog as well, I believe I showed clips of my recovery. When you go for the surgery, they'll ask you to wear this robe and everything, and obviously they draw out blood before the surgery. Depending on the clinic, I'm not too sure, but for me, they drew out some blood. I believe they did some testing just to make sure I didn't have any eye diseases, and then what they did was they also took that blood to make an autologous eye drop, so it helps to promote healing for your eyes post-surgery. I'm not sure if all the places in Korea do this, but this clinic, Dream Eye Center, did it. And basically what they do is they put your blood in a centrifuge, and then they will basically separate the red blood cells from the white blood cells, and the white blood cells are then to help heal your eye after. At least that's what they claim. I'm not sure of how great and stuff that is for you, but anyways, that's what they did at this clinic, and I used those eye drops and I thought it helped my recovery. I'm not too sure how effective it was, but anyways, so that is what they did. And then what they did is they place you in a chair, they tell you to take off your shoes and stuff like that and go into their slippers, and then they'll make you watch this video. And there are many different languages. Obviously they put English for me because they knew I spoke English, and basically it tells you what they will be doing in the surgery and stuff like that. Yeah, it's really like calming, and it wasn't really nerve-wracking at all. If you are very scared of surgery, I believe the nurses can hold your hand and stuff like that, but I'm not too sure if you can have anyone else in there with you. It's a sterile kind of environment in the surgery room, so they just want to make sure less bacteria and stuff like that. Anyway, so they'll make you watch this video, and they'll explain everything and how everything is done in the video, and then in what you'll do in recovery as well. I believe they just tell you you're going to relax in post-recovery. What they ended up doing is I waited for a while, and then the nurse brought me into the waiting area before the surgery room. I'm trying to remember. I don't even know what it's called. Anyways, a scrubbing area basically. And so what she did is she told me to put my hair into a hairnet and put my hair back. She disinfected my eye area, not inside my eye, just my skin around my eyes. She told me like to look at the sign. Obviously I couldn't read the sign. And then she's like, remember what you see now and then after the surgery. She brought me in, and I just lied down there, and then basically you look up and you're supposed to stare at these red dots, and these red dots are these guides so you don't move your eyes around throughout the whole surgery. So before they do anything, they put numbing eye drops in your eyes. For me, I believe, I can't remember, they did one eye versus the other. I remember now, yes. They did my right eye, then they did my left eye. So what they do first is they take these retractors and they pull your eyelids. Sounds gross, but they pull your eyelids and they basically open up your eye on both sides, just so you don't blink, obviously, because you need to have your eyes open in order to get corrective vision surgery. You're just basically, they tell you to relax and you stare up, and your eyes are numb so you won't feel anything besides a little bit of smelling. You will smell some things, maybe like a burning smell. So what they do first is, because I did LASIK, is they took the machine, I stared straight up at the dot. After they put numbing eye drops, they took this little device, the doctor put this little device and basically got a layer off of my eye, the very tip of the cornea. If I could find a diagram so I can explain it to you guys, it would be much easier than me explaining it. But yeah, basically they take off the little top layer, very small top layer of your cornea, then they start doing the lasering. And they did this for both sides. So with my right side, I'm gonna tell you a little bit. I did feel a little bit of pain just because I don't think the numbing eye drops had time to kick in before they even started. It wasn't excruciating, it just felt uncomfortable, kind of like a needle poke and stuff like that on my eye, which was kind of weird, but after a while it was fine. I actually did have a hard time though staring right at the laser, like the red dot, or was it a green dot? I believe it was green dot. I don't know why I said red, but I think it was green. Anyways, you're supposed to follow it, and I had a hard time because my eyes were watering and stuff like that. So, and they just kept telling me to just keep staring straight, look straight up, and I had a hard time. I don't know why I didn't follow directions as easily. Maybe because like my eyes were bothered at that time, but my left side, when they did it, I didn't feel any pain at all. Just a little bit of smelling again of the like the laser smell. Not cauterizing. It wasn't really cauterizing, but to me it smelled like a little bit of burning. But yeah, super simple, super quick. Literally each eye took 2 to 3 minutes at most, I think, or maybe up to 5 minutes. It was a really short experience, so it was quick, like super simple. Yeah, I forgot to tell you, they cover you with a blanket in the OR because the operating room is a little bit cold and chilly. After that, the nurse brings you to, like, they close your eyes after and they bring you to, and they walk you to back to the scrubbing room, or the scrub room. And basically the nurse was like helping me clean again, and then she told me, she's like, okay, now I want you to look back at the wall. And then I was like, I can actually kind of read the words, which was kind of cool because I was like, wait, is my vision back already? So no, my vision wasn't back. But anyway, she told me to just rest. She brought me to a room. It's a recovery room where they, before actually even going into the surgery room, they ask you what kind of music do you prefer. During the consultation, they ask you what music do you prefer listening to and stuff. So I just picked pop music. So they just gave me these headphones and I was listening to pop music. It was kind of loud though. I wish I could adjusted the volume. Like my ears were kind of sensitive. But anyways, they let me listen to pop music. It was really nice. I was enjoying some like Shawn Mendes and stuff like that, and some Michael Bublé and stuff. Anyways, it was good. No, it was like Sam Smith. Yeah, there we go. Anyways, it was nice. Like I was just relaxing there, and then after I put back on my shoes and took off my robe, and yeah, it was super, super nice and easy. So now after that part, what happened was, like, obviously I could see a little bit. I didn't need my glasses anymore. They gave me back my glasses and stuff, or I had to store it with Kelsey. I can't remember where or what. I can't remember. There was just too many details. So then after that, I came out. I think I already prepaid. They gave me a prescription and everything. The doctor said, come back tomorrow. Or was it, what day it was again? Oh, they said, come back in a week's time and we will take out this protective lens. So I forgot to mention, after the surgery was done, the doctor put in a protective lens and some eye drops to make sure I don't like scratch and my eyes after, and also to help protect it and heal. So this protective lens will stay in your eyes for 1 week, and then you can just do whatever and make sure you protect your eyes, obviously, and then you will have to come back in a week and he'll take it out and then do like a little quick eye check. So yeah, I went to the pharmacy with the prescription the doctor gave me, which was in the same building. It was on the bottom floor, and what I paid for, it was around $50 Canadian in total. I remember I wrote it down here. I paid for, like, there was antibiotic eye drops, anti-inflammatory eye drops, regular eye drops, and I think that's about it. Yeah, I think the clinic themselves gave me vitamin C powder to help recover for my healing of my eyes and stuff like that. And then also they gave me free Tylenol, like a little bit of Tylenol, just in case I had some pain. But yeah, that was about it. And then I went home with Kelsey after we ate out a little bit. And for recovery, I have it on my phone. During the time Kelsey and I were eating dinner, I actually had to take a little bit of that Tylenol because I did feel a little bit of soreness on my eyes. It wasn't super, super painful, but it felt like my eyes were really sensitive still. So what the doctor said was, where is that thing? Hold it. So they gave you the sheet for recovery on here. I'll explain it to you guys. So I had to wear sunglasses, and they will make you wear sunglasses for up to 4 months whenever you're outside, just because you want to protect your newly done eyes. And it's important that you don't rub your eyes for 2 weeks after surgery. And I had to wear this, I'll show a picture of this goggle that I had to wear it for 1 week while I'm sleeping, obviously, because a lot of people might end up accidentally rubbing their eyes while they sleep. So anyways, that's what I had to wear. It's not really hot, but I mean, it protects your eyes. So, and for showering, what ended up happening was I had to make sure I didn't get any water or soap in my eyes. Water may be okay, but soap definitely not. Be super careful while I was washing my hair, because I had to like wash my hair like this just in case. I didn't want to get anything in my eyes. I was like, I'm not going without my washing my hair because my hair gets really gross and oily, so I had to wash my hair. And they said not to strain your eyes, so you can look at short distance, like super close, like at your phone or your computer, but it's not recommended that you strain your eyes, so you should give your eyes some rest. I remember on my phone I had to like go in my settings and I made all my apps super big, and I made the font and the text super big as well, just because I had to look at my phone still for certain things like navigating and stuff like that, and I had to make sure like I let people know I was okay. You should avoid drinking alcohol because it's dehydrating, and you should try to just intake a lot more fluids. And again, they said vitamin C was to help promote healing, so that's why they gave little packets of powdered vitamin C. Again, you probably saw in my vlog. So they also said for 4 days you cannot wear any makeup on your face. After 4 days you can wear like foundation and stuff like that, but nothing around your eyes. And then after 2 weeks, then I started wearing eye makeup. So you probably saw during my vlogs in Taiwan and Korea, I didn't wear much eye makeup until after. When I got back to Korea, I started wearing eye makeup again, like during Carrot Land time. That's when I wore eye makeup, just because you don't want to get anything in your eyes or rub your eyes unnecessarily. Also, if you do plan on dyeing your hair, they said not to use any hair dyes for 1 month following surgery. Just again, chemicals getting into your eye, we don't want that. And they said you can drive, but night driving can be kind of bad, because like again with laser eye surgery, if you don't know, it can kind of ruin your night vision a little bit for a while. My night vision right now is still not that good, and mind you, it's June and I got my surgery in February, so they try not to recommend you driving immediately, so it should improve within 2 weeks after your surgery though. Exercising, they said not to do too much, only after 1 week you can do some exercise, but again, light exercise. So again, I explained in the video I had to do lots of eye drops. So this was one of them. So this one right here is anti-inflammatory eye drops, and I had to do these quite often. I remember for antibiotics eye drops, I had to do it like every 2 hours when I was awake. And that was really kind of annoying. And then I had to do the autologous one, so the blood eye drops that they gave me, and it had to be kept cold because blood, obviously you don't want them to clot and everything, so it had to be kept cold. And I had to do those every like hour, I believe, I can't remember, every hour while I was awake, or at least I tried to. Even in the middle of the night I woke myself up to do like eye drops and stuff like that. It's kind of excessive, but I did it because I wanted to promote healing in my eyes, but also sleep, it helps to promote healing in your eyes too. Anyways, and then I also had to do these antibiotic ones. I finished those obviously because I had those in Korea, and I had to do those alternating with the antibiotic and the anti-inflammatory ones. So yeah, it was just a lot of eye drops. So just follow the instructions of what the doctor says, and then when your eyes are dry, you should use some eye drops like these ones as well. And also, where's the other ones? Hold on. You have probably seen these a lot, like a lot of people in Korea use these. These are like the single-use ones. So like they look like this. You kind of peel it and you pop the top open. I don't know if I have one open right now because that's kind of gross. But anyways, yeah, you just do that and you can bring it in your purse and you can recap it just for like a day or so. And then yeah, those are really nice to use as well, just to make sure your eyes don't get dry, because your eyes can get dry. I didn't have much problem with dryness, so I'm gonna go through the recovery list again about how I felt. So the next day, which is the 16th, it was dry, but I could see pretty well. I forgot to mention the day before actually. So right after the surgery, I would say my vision was like almost 50% like to 20/20. So it was like pretty good. I would say the next day though was a little bit better. It was like 6 out of 10. Then the 17th, which was the Sunday, the next day, it was very sensitive to sunlight. I couldn't open my eyes. I had to even wear sunglasses indoors because all the lights kind of made my eyes like water. It was that sensitive. Then the 18th, which was the Monday, I did not go out at all. I wrote here, sensitive to light, eyes water like crazy, my eyes were puffy and swollen and just super uncomfortable. And it didn't help that I got my period that day too, so I just stayed home all day that day. Super uncomfortable, but I just slept, and Kelsey bought me juk, and I drank orange juice I think, and I felt better the next day. So yeah, so the next day after that, the 19th, I felt much better. My vision was like 7 out of 10, I would say, and I was somewhat sensitive to the light. But yeah, if you could see in this vlog, this is when my vision was like 7 out of 10. I felt pretty good actually, and I didn't need to like squint to read. I had no trouble reading on my phone. Well, sometimes I felt like I was straining my eyes a little bit, so I had to take a break. On the Wednesday, which was the 20th, I had 8 out of 10 vision, not very sensitive to light, and it was just slightly dry, so I still did all these eye drops, and then plus sometimes I would have to do just the lubricating eye drops, like regular eye drops just in case. Thursday, which is the 21st, I had 8 out of 10 vision again, but and I just had some dryness. So Friday the 22nd, I had my appointment to take out those like lenses. It felt weird when he took it out. It's just like he just literally took these tweezers and just popped them out. I could see pretty well then, and they didn't do an eye exam that day. So I did my eye exam, it was 2 weeks after or something around like that. I did it March 7th. That's when I got back to Seoul that day. And I just did an eye appointment. So here I had an eye exam, and because I forgot my card for my eye appointment card, they wrote here I had 20/20 vision like 2 weeks after, or 2.5 weeks after, which is super great. I can't believe I said I wanted to do my laser eye surgery before Caroline, like right before Caroline. I don't know what I was thinking. Thank goodness that didn't happen. Like I thought Caroline was gonna happen the weekend that I was gonna go get my laser eye surgery. Thank goodness it didn't, because I wouldn't have been able to see anything. My vision would have been like this. I would have to been like using binoculars, and my eyes were super sensitive. 20/20, I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah. I haven't went to the optometrist since I came back to Canada, but my vision has gotten a little bit better. It's not really any different than when I was in Korea. Like my vision has gotten pretty much, it has stayed pretty much the same actually. And then dryness wise, my dryness has gone down. I don't need to use eye drops as often. Sometimes I might like do a couple eye drops here and there, but I had to do these anti-inflammatory eye drops even though I was back in Canada, so I had to do them twice a day for like 2 months, and then for 1 month I had to do once a day. Yeah, so it was super easy recovery. So this is gonna be the end of the video. If I'm missing anything at all, I'm gonna either insert it in this video or in my description box, and if you guys have any questions or comments, then please leave them down in my comment section down below. I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like I'm always missing something whenever I film these videos, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that and hope you guys learned something new today. So anyways, I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!